going on, my dudes? Thanks for hanging out and drinking with two dudes and a mic. I'm your host, Mike. And as always, I'm sitting across from my favorite dude. Gus, what's going on today, man?
I'm good, man. Got another good show.
We do.
Yeah,
we do.
Another good guest, another good show.
He was with us on the last one.
He was.
Yeah, behind the scenes.
He helped us out with that.
He did. He filmed. Thank you for doing that, by the way.
No problem.
So
appreciate it.
he showed us his expertise, and now he's going to talk about it.
That is true. In studio today, we have filmmaker, writer, producer, and a fan of a very shit football team. Sorry, they lost last night. So that's why I'm rubbing it in. In studio today, Joel Boyce. Welcome, sir. Welcome.
Thank you, guys. That was the greatest intro ever. Greatest introduction.
Sorry, I know it's like
It's
rubbing.
true.
It's like
It's
rubbing
true.
whiskey in the wound.
Oh, it is true though.
So here we go. All the dudes listening. We're gonna do these shots. Oh, we're doing a new one. Normally we do vodka. This is Crown Apple.
Crown Apple,
And
yep.
what do you have?
The Crown Apple.
Crown
Are you guys doing this because of me? Is that why?
No,
Oh, okay. Well,
no. This is just okay. Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Yes, we are
Thanks.
because of you. So everybody listen, and all the guys, girls, all the dudes. Here we go. Cheers.
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 It just tastes like apple.
It's kind of like
burning apple.
It's like an apple cider almost, but like a little stronger.
It tastes like burning apples.
The tip of my tongue is burning.
Tip of my tongue, tip of the teeth. I don't know what is that thing? How do you say? I don't know. You were saying ow now brown cow.
How now, brown cow.
Anyway,
Good old Ron Burgundy.
I'm not gonna ask Gus. He's drinking Honest Lager.
I am.
I'm drinking some Schafferhofer.
Very
And what
good.
do you got?
I got a little bit of Crown Royal and ginger ale. Crown and ginger.
Crown
My
and
favorite.
ginger. Do you drink on set ever?
We have, yeah.
Do you?
Not much, but
Like,
I don't drink that much anyways. But
Near the end of a shoot or something?
yeah, I mean,
Or the end of a day of shooting? Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Is it like...
We've had some actors drunk on set. That was entertaining. But for the most part, we're very professional. We don't do that. We'll go out somewhere afterwards and maybe have a drink and stuff like that.
Yeah. What's the first thing? Because that Cooked was not the first thing you've ever worked on.
It was. For
Really?
film, it was. And it blew up. It shocked me. It was just going to be a low-budget prod. Now, it was low budget, don't get me wrong, but that thing blew up. Like,
Okay, not... So when I say worked on, I don't mean like that you wrote and produced and directed all that stuff.
yeah.
Something that you worked on ever. Like the first thing that ever got you into film or into television.
Well, I guess I always, I interned with Gavin Michael Booth for a while,
Okay.
so I always worked with him on some projects, music videos or, short film projects and stuff like that. I helped edit, but I mean, for something that I did myself, that I wrote and produced, that was the first.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it blew up. It was crazy.
Man, it was at Lakeshore Cinema
Yeah, it was.
for the premiere.
We had 3 theaters. And
Fucking
it was
red
a
carpet
lot.
and everything.
Yeah, we had a limo, and it was great.
Yeah.
We had backdrop, posters, and yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Did you shop that around?
Yeah,
Yeah?
we're in the media. We put
Nice.
out press releases, and
I saw a lot of articles on it.
yeah,
Like, you did a lot of press for that thing.
we did. Luckily,
Tons.
I worked in the press, so I knew how to do. I knew how to do
Yeah.
it, and then I knew who to talk to. So, but I kept myself out of it. I would send releases out, and then I wouldn't associate myself. I'd have them interview other people.
You know what we should have done for that premiere
Hmm.
is we could have got a cop car and had me, Randy, and Joey bust out and come and like tackle you, and that would have been kick-ass.
That would have been great.
I think you're overestimating like the importance of your role in the show.
Yeah.
Because everyone would be like,
know
"Why
what?
are the cops here?
Officer
Why,
number
who are-
2.
Who are those idiots?"
Yeah, our name tags say Officer 1, Officer 2. You know what? That's my go-to line though,
Yeah.
because somehow I'm on IMDb. So I tell girls all the time, like, "Oh yeah, no, you're talking to somebody famous here. You check me on IMDb."
The cop car rolls up, and then you guys like burst out of the doors, and everybody's already inside. Nobody cares.
That's what would be funny. You talked in front of the whole theater too, yeah?
Yeah, that was pretty nerve-wracking.
Yeah. Do you do
Yeah.
that a lot?
No.
The public speaking.
It's weird being a reporter and talking to people, and I'm fine with that. I don't care. I'll talk to people. I'll talk to anybody. But when you put me in front of like 100 people, suddenly I'm just like, "What's up?" I'm like, I don't know. I just I get all weird. I don't understand. I don't like 100 people looking at me. I'd rather have conversations with people. I don't mind talking to people. I'll talk to anybody.
Yeah.
But you get me in a room where 100, 200 people are looking at me, and then I'm the focus. I'm like,
Yeah.
It's definitely nerve-wracking, right? Because you think like everybody's judging you, but they're not. They don't care.
Oh, I'm sure we had people judging.
Plus, they were all there for you.
Most people, like other than like professional public speakers, most people, the only judgment that they have of people who are standing up there in front of a large crowd is, "Holy shit, I could never do that," or like, I can't talk in front. Like, how do you get in front of these many people?
That's the thing, though.
Like that's what I think usually.
Yeah.
Like
Anybody judging somebody, anybody sitting in a crowd and judging the speaker, has no right to do it because you're not up there doing it. So I remember, because we've known each other a long time. Actually, the three of us, we kind of grew up together.
High school.
Yeah, high school. I remember I was like 15. I was like, hey, you're Joel.
Yeah, I moved here in 97, so I think I've known you since 97, 98.
Where I'm going with this was, in high school, I remember you doing a film.
Oh, I did a couple films.
You did.
But I think I'm going to think about one.
In particular, you really did well. And it was a good comedy.
Oh,
so that technically would be your first project ever.
I guess high
Which
school
was a
project.
Group project?
Group project, yeah.
What class was that for?
That was in communications class. I did a video for drama that did pretty good, but the communications class, I remember Mr. Ferguson loved me.
Oh, yeah.
I always had to show people how to use the editing machine. Like, anytime after school, he's like, Joel, can you come here and show this guy how to do this? And so I'd be like, all right.
Mr. Ferguson was the guy who taught electronics in the first half of the day and communications in the second half of the day. What was the title of that one?
But it was a lot of fun.
You know what? The only thing I remember of it, like vividly, is the lines, because it was on a VCR or VHS tape, whatever they were. And I remember the lines, like at the bottom, were kind of squiggly and stuff on certain scenes.
It was so old. Well, that's how you had to do it back then. You went from one VHS to another VHS, and it was quite the process. But
so now it's all digital. Like the Cook thing, that was all digital.
All digital.
So SD cards or something?
Sure. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I'm asking you.
We had editor. I didn't edit it, so.
But no, what do you film on?
It's all on. Oh man.
Hard drives and shit.
Yeah. It's bigger than an SD card, because you're talking about, like, if you're talking about the Blackmagic camera and the type of quality you're filming on and the format and all that kind of stuff, that gets really technical. And it's a lot of space, because that was a big thing when we started Cooked. It was like, we need space, so we had to buy hard drives after hard drives,
right?
Terabytes and terabytes and stuff like that, just for the files alone. And then we had to transport it to this guy, because we had somebody in Michigan who was actually editing, so we'd have to bring it to him to edit the show for us, and we'd give him a list of like how we kind of wanted it to place out, like scene by scene, and he had the scripts, and man, he did pretty good. He did a good job.
How much film do you end up with after a project like that?
A lot.
Like hundreds of hours?
Yes.
Really?
We ended up with a lot. We did a lot. I have enough, man, and there's still some film of it that's not even done. It's just we ran out of time and money, because we didn't have much money. It was such low budget, but I still have stuff that I can edit together. I just can't. I don't know how to do that even myself. You need professional people, especially with audio.
Yeah.
We had audio done. I mean, like, here we are, low budget project, and we had like surround sound in theater.
Really?
I don't know if you guys noticed that when you were in the theater, but it was surround sound. It was like,
I will say my scene sounded fantastic.
It was great.
With having all that footage, though, do you, like, is there some, like, golden nugget of film that you have that, like, no one will ever see, but, like, is the greatest piece of...
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
And probably a lot of it is with Paul Dobin. Yeah. Probably a lot of it is with Paul.
Which he's coming on next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be sitting right here.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. You got to ask him about it. Man, because he had some scenes where we just let him go. We would just say whatever for this, say whatever. We did give a lot of the actors some very much like leeway in their lines. So, as long as you follow, a flow, say whatever. We don't care if you don't say anything 100%, as long as you're following the flow. But there were some scenes where we just said, Paul, do whatever here, do whatever. And he would do 5 different things, and we'd pick the best one. But there was just some ones that we were just like, oh my God, yeah, they were just so funny that we were just like, okay, this we can't use, but we'll use this one.
How do you organize it all? Because if you have hundreds of hours, like how do you know what is what?
A lot of detail. Oh man, it's all just file naming. It's literally naming the files specifically where you want to go, what scene, what take, and then which ones to use and who's in it. It was a lot. It's a lot of
So
stress.
you make a note.
Yeah.
Like you have a notebook and you're like, 5A, take 6.
Yeah. I would watch something and then be like, file name it, and then watch something else, and then file name it, and then watch something else. When you have a professional type of project like that, you'll actually have a specific person that will do that. They will take the hard drives, they'll take the files and the data or whatever, and they'll offload it, and they'll save it, and they'll save it to other things, and they'll name it themselves. So they'll name it specifically, even to the slate, I guess, at the beginning. So I think with the slate, that's when they'll say, like, scene this, take that, bam. And then he'll name that. And then you do another take, bam. And then he names everything, the file to the slate.
Right. So somebody's constantly changing that slate before every take.
Yeah. And then someone who does that after every project you will have someone that will do that. There's a job specifically for that where someone will take those files and offload it, all those, they'll save it to their hard drives. And I mean, it's that person. That would be, I don't know if I would want that job, because you lose that and that's a whole day's work.
There
gone.
goes the show.
Yeah. Or you misname something and you lose a file, which we have done that. We've lost files before. We've lost footage. So we had to reshoot. And that is the worst thing ever, where you have to talk to actors, especially actors that were working for us for free. That sucked. Asking them hey, we got to redo this scene, man. Sorry.
I remember being called back. Like for the extras, remember at the top of the bar, whatever the bar was, I forget what it was, but the bar scene, I remember we all had to come back one night to refilm something. Is that because you lost footage or something? Like, what was that?
I don't know if it was that one. That just might have been us doing another scene for it.
Was it?
Oh, because we had to do 2 days.
I know it was 2 different days.
Yeah, we did 2 different days. So we asked people if you can come back.
And wear the same stuff. And
yeah, we're trying to wear the same stuff. It's like, what did I wear? I don't even remember.
So how do you know, like, for continuity, do you, like, I know a lot of people take photos, right?
Yeah.
There's like a director of photography or something, and they'll take photos of everything. Maybe that's not the right person. Did you do the same thing? Like, how do you know everybody was in the same seats and the same?
Pretty much. I would look at footage too and tell people you were wearing a Led Zeppelin shirt, which no, we don't do that anyways. You
Well,
don't
it's
want names,
branding.
but
Yeah.
you're wearing the black shirt, blue jeans, or something like that, and we would explain that to people, and for the most part, we did okay. But I mean, it's low budget. People are forgiven.
And everyone did their own stunts.
Everybody did their own
Because
stunts.
I remember somebody going over a bar and hurting themselves on the.
Oh my God, we broke that
Broke the bar.
We broke the bar.
That's what it was.
Oh, I
That's
felt
what it
so
was.
bad. We had someone go back the next day and help fix it. Helped us out and fixed it. Thank God we had a handyman on set.
How did it happen?
We flipped him over the bar like a good 4 or 5 times, and he just ended up
landed
crunching
on it.
something. Yeah, he just ended up crunching something. So we had someone go there and, put.
So it was just
had to drill
wood.
some-
It wasn't like
it's just wood.
you didn't break like a tap or anything.
No, you just had to put a brace and drill it.
Did you have to watch like every piece of footage that you captured, or did you just like watch it until you found the right thing?
I think I watched every piece of footage we had.
Just to like watch and watch and watch. Yeah.
Just to make sure. We
Hundreds
had
of
the best
hours.
one. Yeah, pretty much every day I would watch everything. I mean, at the beginning it was excitement. I've never done this before, and this is all new to me, so I would just do it, especially for a low-budget project. I didn't have anybody else, so I'm doing it myself. So, I mean, I'm watching it from excitement, but near the end it was like,
That's how you feel after our shows. You hear them so many times.
There's like some points where I get to the hour mark and I'm like, there might be some good stuff here, but I got an hour. So it's done.
He says all the time, he's like, I hear your voice a million times before the show goes out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
And it's the same for that. It's like, I don't want to see your face anymore.
Yeah, no, I can imagine.
Yeah.
So what do you like more? Do you like filmmaking, journalism? Like, what's your preference?
Filmmaking. I do love filmmaking more. When I was a kid, I was the type of kid that would watch movies and I'd be a foot away from the TV, and I just loved every second. I love creating. I think that's the thing. I'm a daydreamer, It was part of my active brain that I have. So I'm constantly thinking of stories and stories and stories and different things of how to tell. And I'm a big film lover. I love watching movies, and I'll tear it apart. I'll tell you why I love a movie, and I'll tell you why I hate a movie. Journalism was fun, don't get me wrong. I got to meet some cool people, but of course there's also another side of journalism that's stressful. Filmmaking obviously is stressful, but it's rewarding in a way, I'm sure journalists would say that, that you do have your rewarding projects and stories that you get to do, which I have. I've had some great stories. But filmmaking, it's just, man, when you actually get to see people read your lines that you wrote, it blows your mind. I mean, like, I couldn't believe the first time that I had that happen. Like, I mean, the feeling, it's just overwhelming. I'm just like, I can't believe that I wrote this.
How long does it take you normally to write an entire script?
I've really only done a couple, so I don't really know. I mean, I've really only done a few, a long time. I have a script that I've been working on for years, and it's just taken me forever to finish, of course, because I keep putting it on the shelf, and obviously life has some issues. But I think Cook didn't take me actually that long to do. I think it only took me months. But I have another project I've been working on for years. So I think it really just depends. I'm sure you can bang out a script in a week if you want to.
What's with the formatting? Like, why does it all, everything's all indented and it's like, is there a reason for that?
A page is per minute. So they have it formatted in a certain way. I use a program called Celtics, which I'm pretty sure a lot of writers will use this type of program called Celtics, and it formats it for you. It's great. I'm like, it's so easy to use, but a page is technically a minute. So you go show people, a 90-page script. That's technically 90 minutes. And so that's how they get a sense of that.
Because I was going to say, there's not a whole lot of text, but it's always like the indents are all up, and then it says like Mary, and then it says, in parentheses, walks into the room. Yeah. And then it's like, hey, John. And you're just like, what the fuck?
Or for your case,
so formal.
Police officer number 2.
That's right. I wasn't good enough for number 1.
And you'd be like, I think this guy would have a lightsaber.
I don't even remember what I said, but something like, that's a good point.
That's a good point. This kid might be onto something.
That's what it was. This guy might be onto something. Stupid cop. I remember when you called me, you're like, hey, you want to play a goofy cop? And I was like, yeah, like that's, like I'm pretty much there.
The 3 of you were awesome cops. You guys
we were
my
pretty
favorite.
Funny. Yeah, I agree.
You, Randy, and Joey were great.
Your the project you were talking about for the script stuff, though. Are you talking about? Can we talk about Arid?
Yeah, we can talk about.
Is that
Arid.
what you were talking about?
Yeah, I'm still working on it. It started out as a web series. So after we did Cooked, I started a web series, and it had a lot of interest. There was a lot of people. I even had an actor. I can't name his name, but there was somebody that actually had big interest in playing one of our characters, and it was great.
Yeah.
Having this guy involved in our project just blew my mind because I met him at a Comic-Con, and we just kept in touch over Facebook. And then I told him, hey, I'm writing something, and I have a character in this, and I picture you as this character. He's like, well, send it to me. I'll give it a read. And he read it, and he loved it. But at the beginning, it was a web series, and then I had there was this lady in Michigan who was going to help produce us, and she said web series are very hard to get funding for because there's not much money you can get back.
Right.
They're always looking for return. What's the return? So when they're thinking of money, obviously, so they're going for feature. Can you do this in a feature film? I'm like, okay. So then I had to change everything. And then I'm looking at a web series that I had planned where everything had an ending, in a short span of time. So now I got to make it into a feature. And it was really hard for me to change it into a feature. So obviously that project, it ended up being put on the shelf. And then recently, I would say a few months ago, I brought it back. And I'm like, I'm not doing this as a feature. I'm writing this as a 6-episode miniseries. Something you would see on, you see The Mandalorian.
Right.
You know how that Mandalorian's made. It's formatted in that kind of sense. It would be like this, 40-minute long episodes, 6 episodes, and I just said I'm going to finish it and just put it out there and just see what happens.
So what's the premise of the whole show?
So Arid is about a group of strangers coming together after pretty much the whole world disappears without a trace. I mean, it would be like us sitting here doing this podcast, and then suddenly there'd be a flash of light, and then Mike's just like, hello, and then you go outside and everybody's gone. And it's just you, and you have to figure out what.
That's fucking cool.
You have to figure out what happened.
I'm a huge post-apocalyptic guy. That's right up my alley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this one has it's like, I kind of reference it to like Lost meets The Walking Dead without the zombies, but it's got more of a Westworld type feel to it. I don't know if you've ever watched Westworld.
I've never seen Westworld. I've seen all the other ones you said, but not Westworld.
Westworld, you got to watch that.
Yeah?
You'd love it.
Oh,
at least great. The first season.
You were right about The Boys.
I haven't watched anything past the first season, but the first season was amazing.
Yeah, Westworld's one of my favorite shows because
is that the robots one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I've heard of it. I just never saw it.
Because it's just got so many twists. It's got so many twists. It keeps you on your toes, and sometimes you're just like, what's going on? And then you realize, oh, that's why they're doing this. So that's kind of the feel I was going for, was kind of like that. And we'll see where we go. And I have it can go many series. It can go many seasons if possible.
So you're just going to do like 6 and then kind of shop it and see what happens?
Yep.
So you can make more?
Yep.
So, spoiler alert, you're going to make the episode 6 a cliffhanger so that if there is...
It will come to an end.
Okay.
But you'll know there will be more.
Okay, so you can write in more seasons.
Yeah. I will have a little tease at the end where you'll be like, wait. You'll be like, wait, what?
So, Haley Reese is one of the actors, right?
Yeah. I obviously she was involved when it was a web series. But,
okay. No longer.
But I don't know. If I can finish it and I get to talk to some people about it and getting it back on the go, she is somebody that I do picture playing one of our characters.
Who would you want to play the mains? How many mains are there?
There's pretty much 2 to 3 mains, but there are a lot of important. Like Lost, you have a lot of, and it's very character driven. And that was the thing with doing Cooked, is I learned at least how to write a character-driven story. I mean, Cooked was one of my first, and you can watch it, and it's very low budget, and I love it, don't get me wrong, but I am my own worst critic when I watch this thing. I know what I could have done differently. You know, with Cooked, I wish I made it more funny, more snappy. You know, at first I kind of wrote it in kind of like a shameless rescue me type feel. Now I wish if I went back and did it differently, I would do it like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia type feel. You know, that's the feel I kind of wish I would go for. For Arid, now I know how to do it when you're going character driven, how to, you know. But yes, there are a few characters. And I forgot your whole question, but yeah, for who would be the actors?
That's the problem with the drinking show. Yeah, who are your top? If you've got 3 mains, who are your top 3 main characters?
If I dream mains,
your top 3 actors, yeah.
Why is this name? Okay, the guy from Breaking Bad, the guy that was even
Aaron Paul.
Aaron Paul is somebody that I have pictured playing one of the main characters in our story.
You remind me of Aaron Paul.
I do.
Your look, yeah.
Really?
You don't think so?
Maybe a little.
No.
Like
You do. Like, you don't say bitch enough, but but everything else.
If you didn't, let me put it this way: if you didn't say it, I would have never drawn the conclusion. But now that you've said it,
no one's ever said that to me.
I can accept it.
Yes, Aaron Paul is someone that I wish would play the main character in that story. He would be the main character, and then I have a lot of other focus of supporting roles and stuff like that. Haley Reese would be good if she is still wanting to be involved in the project after that. For people that don't know Haley, she's a singer. She hasn't done many acting. She has, but I mean, she's been in the Teen Choice Awards before. She's been on that red carpet. She is known, and she's got quite the following on social media. I just liked her personality, and she would be good to play the character in her story. I can't name the other character that we had associated because I still want him on board, but there was somebody that I want to play. He plays like a serial killer who ends up dressing up as a police. He gets out of prison and dresses up as a cop. So when he meets other people and finally sees him, they all think he's a cop. They don't know that he's a serial killer that just got out of jail. His character's kind of like someone you kind of love to hate.
Yeah. It's kind of a sick hook, though.
Yeah. The guy from Trainspotting and 28 Weeks Later, Carlisle. Robert
I never
Carlisle.
saw it.
He's also in like, this fairy tale story that's out there. He plays Rapunzel.
Robert Carlisle.
Oh, it is Robert Carlisle.
Yeah.
Okay, for some reason I was thinking about a hockey coach. But yeah, he would be somebody I'd want to play as well as one of the characters. He's great. And there's an actress on Glee. I can never remember her name. She's the older lady.
I've never seen... Oh, Jane Lynch.
Jane Lynch.
I only know that because I see her on the promos.
Yeah.
I would love Jane Lynch to be involved in this. I have a character that she would just be perfect for. And it's not like I need her for like the comedy sense. Because I've seen her in serious roles.
Yeah.
And I would hope that I can get her too, but I mean.
That's an expensive cast list.
Well, you asked me.
I know. In a perfect world.
In a perfect world, if someone threw
cast.
money at me, that'd be great.
That's fair. So when you have a project in mind, like Arid, for example, right?
Yes.
How much work goes into planning everything? Because you have to plan all the actors' schedules, all your crew, locations. You have to book locations to film, get permits. Like, you have to do everything. So do you delegate to other people so that they handle certain things?
Well, when it was Cooked, I pretty much did a lot of that. That's part of, it's a producer's role as well. You get different forms of producers. You got producers that give money, and they're just the money aspect of it. But you get the producers that help produce it.
So Steven Spielberg is a money guy. He just throws money at a project.
Or a director. Or a writer. I don't know if he actually writes. No, but he's more of a director. Yeah, I don't know.
I think lately all he does is like, here's a bunch of money.
Yeah, he hasn't directed something in a while, has he?
No, not in a while.
But let's say Arid does get picked up. Well, you would have a team then that you would form that would do that. You would have people with specific roles. So you have people that would be location scouting. You'd have people that would just doing the planning of scheduling and stuff like that. When it was me for Cooked, that was just brutal because I had to find everybody's schedule and then I had to see who was available on one day to plan to see, can we do this on one day and can we get that location? I went, nope, okay, scrap that, go on to the next one. So,
and if the weather's good.
Well, yeah, if we're outdoor, if it's an outdoor scene, which that has happened, and we've worked in the rain before.
Oh, that funeral scene, man, I was frozen.
Yeah.
Fucking frozen. It was so cold.
That was a brutal one. We had ones where we're in summer where people had to wear winter jackets because we had to do the continuity, right? So they're like, it's hot, and people are in winter jackets in summertime, and then we're like cut, and then take off the winter jackets. But for Arid, it would be team. It would be a team effort, because then, once you get money involved, then you have jobs, then you have people that would be able to have, then you can delegate that, but then it'll ultimately be up to the director.
Would Arid be a lot of outdoor work?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I do have a lot of indoor, but it will be difficult. When I'm writing it, I try to do it in the best way possible, where I can do it where this is something that's reasonable to do. There are scenes where they will be in the city, and I'm telling you, when you have to have in a city where everybody's disappeared, well, how are you going to do that, right? So there's going to be a couple scenes where we will have to have roads closed. We will have to have roads closed down. We'll have to have just, one person walking on the road, like The Walking Dead.
I was going to say, in The Walking Dead, you always see, like, the roads are closed, there's a bunch of trash and leaves and stuff all over the road, and stuff. They put that there.
Yeah.
Because that's not a natural occurrence for, like, the middle of August in Atlanta.
Yeah, and I think that is Atlanta. That's in the season 1, right?
Right.
And that's a prime example you gave there, because that's exactly something that's going to happen in here. You'll have somebody walking down a city street, and there's nobody around, just that one person. And at least in this, where everybody's disappearing, you're talking about, like, okay, the whole thing about the rapture in the Bible, where everybody just disappears. You're talking about planes falling out of the sky. You're talking about buildings going on fire because things would be left on the stove. You're talking about cars just driving right into buildings.
Right. Yeah.
You're talking about you're driving a car down the expressway at 100, and then you disappear. Well, that car's still going. That car is still going. So you're talking about just chaos. So, I have a scene that I've written where someone's outside of the city looking in, and it's just smoke. It's just like you see a city just on fire. Well, do you know how many people messaged me about Arid during this COVID pandemic? People would be like, now would be the time to actually film.
Yeah. At the beginning of it.
At the beginning of it, when people were like, when the roads are the streets are all empty.
But then the other problem is you can't film anything during that, right?
Exactly.
How are you going to get a permit to film anywhere?
Yeah, you'd have to be kind of sneaky with that one, but that wouldn't work.
Does it make it makes it a lot harder during COVID now to try and film?
Probably.
Yeah.
I've been out of the loop for a little bit, but yes, I think it would be. I mean, you're talking about people still have to wear masks, right, on set.
Yeah, well, when you filmed our thing,
there's an idea right there. Write an entire show that takes place in the pandemic where everyone has to wear a mask anyway.
Yes, it's easy.
That's it.
It's just about people who are trying to survive the pandemic.
So if there's a way in Arid for Gus and I just to be walking down the street in the background somewhere, that'd be cool. Yeah. Just two dudes walking down the street.
Just two dudes walking, and they never see them. So you're talking about they can't see anybody. They're looking for people, and here's these two dudes in the background with masks on.
That's it.
They never see
holding
these two
microphones,
guys.
looking lost. Like, where do we plug this in?
We're just looking for someone to talk to here.
Hey, only other guy in the world. Do you want to be on our show?
You want to be on our podcast?
You want to listen?
I don't know anyone's going to listen to it. Haley's character, by the way, is a social media podcaster type person. She does her social media clips. Her character does. She's got her own little thing. So while she's going around looking for people, she's still filming herself doing her show. And then you got a character making fun of her the whole time. It's like, why are you doing this? Nobody's gonna watch it. There's nobody around.
This is the bittersweet part of our show. Well, for me, because it's all half done. But optimistically, there's half left.
It's true.
We still have half a show to go.
We do.
Hey, that's a reason to cheers.
That's definitely a reason.
So we should do our mid-show shots.
We should.
So we're gonna do Smirnoff on this one.
What Smirnoff? What is it?
It's grapefruit vodka. This is normally what we do, but you wanted to do Crown.
Oh my God, I'm not. No, I'll do this grapefruit one.
Yeah.
Let's try it
Well,
out.
it's in your glass.
I'm not
You're
a big
doing it
grapefruit fan, but I'm going to try this because I'm on your show and I'm going to do what you guys tell me to do.
Yeah.
You're not on any medication where you can't have grapefruit, right?
No.
Okay, good.
It'll be okay.
So everybody listening, guys, girls, all the dudes, here we go. Cheers.
Cheers.
That's not bad. I'm actually drinking vodka water instead of a beer this round.
I wonder if any of the listeners can guess what I'm drinking.
Honest lager.
Honest lager.
Honest lager.
That's all he drinks.
I'm not going to lie, that was bad.
You don't like it?
Oh, I'm not a grapefruit fan.
We've been giving all of our guests that stuff.
They're all like pleasant. They're like nice. They're like, oh yeah.
I'm glad it's a podcast though, so nobody can see my face while I do that.
Well, you're being
shot.
Recorded over there.
Yeah.
Oh well, you get to see my face.
It's pretty far from me though. They probably can't see anyway. Why? What? You don't like grapefruit? What do you normally drink? What's your go-to?
Crown Royal. That's it.
Straight, like just Crown and ginger. That's it.
Crown and ginger. That's pretty much all I drink.
Ever. Like,
Well, I
you're,
drink beer now and then. I can't drink beer like
What
I
beer?
used to. Moosehead, Rolling Rock, Alexander Keith's.
yeah, so not beer.
Rickard's Red. Rickard's Red.
When you drink a beer, you're like, I could really go for a beer right now. Or you're like, all you got is beer? Fine.
Yeah, I'll drink beer.
But like,
No, but you prefer Crown and Ginger over anything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
like you never go
Or
out
any
of your
whiskey and ginger. I'm fine.
Yeah.
Like my neighbor drinks Alberta Premium or Gibson's. I'll drink that. That's fine. As long Crown will always be my
So you're
go-to.
you're out in the backyard. You're building a shed.
yes.
It's the middle of July. You've been working for 3 hours.
Well, nothing's
you reach-
better than a cold beer than that.
There you go. That's what
Yeah.
I'm getting at.
Yeah.
When you mow the lawn on a hot summer day, beer.
Crown and Ginger, please.
No, beer.
Beer. So Moosehead, Keith's.
Keith's, Rolling Rock, Rickard's Red.
Oh, you didn't say Moosehead at all.
I said Moosehead.
Oh, okay. See, so I was
Yeah,
right.
Moosehead's in there. All of them are green, except for the Rickard's Red, of course. But
Rolling-
Moosehead, Rollins Rock,
Moosehead-
Alexander
oh,
Keith's,
yeah, it
all
is.
green.
Rolling Rock was like a solid like.
And Ginger. What is it with you and green?
I like the
It
green.
was like green stuff. Yeah.
Did you
like
like
the
the green apple better than the regular Crown?
No, regular all the way. Actually, my favorite is the Northern Harvest Rye for Crown Royal. The best.
Yeah.
The best.
Sorry, we didn't get that. You weren't that specific with
Oh,
your
that's
request.
okay. That's all right.
Are
This,
you-
I heard this is better cold. If this is iced, like if the
apple?
whole bottle's frozen or like very cold, yeah.
The
That's
apple
better,
probably
yeah.
would.
Are you like? Do you like just bourbons or whiskeys or scotches? Like,
Whiskey. Not much
Like-
of a Scotch fan. I don't
No?
know what it is. I remember my friend came back from England and he brought some Scotch over from there, and I tried some and I was like, oh.
there's like 5 different kinds, like distinctly and completely different kinds of scotch. Though.
Here we go.
He's drinking it going, oh, this is nice and peaty or something like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
probably
it's
like
got
peaty
a-
and smoky.
Yeah.
It's a
and,
nice
yeah.
This
earthy
is Eric.
afterbirth.
This is Eric. I don't know if
Oh.
Eric, or he's drinking this. He's like, this is great, and I'm drinking this going, this is god awful.
That's me and him. He drinks that fucking
But
garbage.
you like the monkey shoulder though.
What
Is that,
the
did we do
hell's-
that last show?
We did monkey shoulder with Curtis.
What the hell is monkey
yeah,
shoulder?
Yeah, I
It's
did
like-
like
it's
that.
a
But we
blended
also
scotch.
did like
okay.
Hennessy and some other things with him too, right?
We did, yeah, we did
Hennessy.
some stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I had to see.
We did some stuff.
Hennessy's
yeah.
a cognac, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
We did Hennessy and Grand Marnier.
That's like Dr. Dre stuff.
That was
right
a show
there.
shot
That was a
suggestion.
show shot, yeah.
Somebody
Yeah.
suggested that. We met some dude at a bar, and he's like, "You guys should do one shot Hennessy, one shot Grand Marnier."
Wow.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was like orange. I don't know.
Dick.
Burn. Did you say dick?
It was bad. It was bad, but it was good. Like the first shot was really good. Like it went down really smooth. But then like it changed the taste of my beer.
Yeah, mine too.
And then it like changed the taste of everything after that. And then when we got to the second shot, it was just like everything was wrong.
I don't remember. That's the problem with these shows. I don't remember. I just remember saying my beer tasted different after that shot.
Yeah.
But I don't remember anything else tasting weird. I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah.
So the Crown and Ginger thing, is that because it's like less alcohol like by volume? Or more, I mean, so you have to drink
No,
less?
it's just all flavor. I just love it.
Yeah?
I don't know. Whiskey and ginger ale. I don't know what it is. I just love it. This is my go-to. I don't drink pop in general. Like, I stopped drinking pop when I was like 17 years old. I know ginger ale's a pop. I got it. Everybody's like, oh, ginger ale's still pop. I'm like, I know, but that's the only pop I drink is ginger ale. I can't-
Everybody south of Ohio or north of Toronto has no idea what you're talking about.
I
They're
don't
like,
care
pop.
about
Soda.
What the hell is
soda
pop?
pop.
Right?
Soda pop.
Fizzy cola beverage.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Do you drink any of that stuff anymore?
I don't drink Coke, root beer, nothing like that.
'Cause
you
you-
know, Dr. Pepper.
There's half of you in studio. I don't know where the other half is. Because you've lost quite a bit of weight.
I have. I seem throughout my time have lost and gained weight. I seem to fluctuate quite frequently. It's like I gain weight, I lose weight. I gain weight, I lose weight.
Why are you looking at my stomach?
I'm not even see
You
your
look
stomach.
straight down.
I was more
Like,
probably
don't
looking
worry,
at the Crown Royal.
Don't worry, I
but-
found your fat. It's all good. Did you do it just like cutting out pop and all that stuff?
Well, I haven't drank pop really extensively since I was 17 years old, and I'm 40 right now. Recently, though, because I've just stayed more active. Just try to eat better, stay active, work out, and that's it.
So the staples.
Yeah.
The things that Gus and I don't do.
So yeah, the things I stopped doing
We should.
about 100 pounds ago.
I gave up on that dream
Yeah.
a while ago. So filmmaker and all that stuff. What do you watch? What's your normal like? I'm gonna sit down to Netflix.
Well, you mentioned you guys were talking about The Boys.
Yeah.
Recently. I'm totally into that show on Amazon Prime right now. That show is crazy. Deranged. It is messed up. I love it. Because you just don't know what to expect with that show.
That's what, like, Sean Cousineau, when he was on the show, he was saying that the comic book was much darker than that.
That is crazy.
Then what, the show?
Than the show, yeah.
Because the show is really dark.
Very dark,
It is
yeah.
messed up.
So I need to get in there and read that just so I can, like,
Yeah.
because how much darker could it possibly
Well, like the
be?
first
I know.
episode, it comes up and it's like strong language, violence, sexual assault, rape, and you're just like, what the fuck is going on
What
here?
am I watching?
What am I about to see?
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. Like, for anybody listening, you can go watch it. It's fine. But
There's some violence in there. Don't let your kids watch it, but it was good.
Yeah.
I think it's more suggested sexual assault and rape. It doesn't actually happen. You don't actually see it.
Yeah, but you do.
So don't freak out.
You do see people being ripped in half.
You see people's heads blow up.
Yeah.
It is messed up.
The violence part is accurate.
Yeah. It is messed up. You're watching this going, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is messed up.
I think the first maybe 5 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever, that's what caught me. Because I was kind of like, oh, this seems okay, like every other superhero type of movie I've ever seen. And then that guy just goes running, and you're like, whoa, that's what hooked me. I was like,
yeah, when
okay.
you see that guy,
We're
Huey,
watching this.
when you see his girlfriend getting obliterated on the side, of the road, like just blown up.
It's exploded.
And that's
She
in the
got
first
exploded.
5 minutes.
Yeah, and you're like, wait, what? Like, wait, what?
You know what?
You're in for a ride. That's all I'm saying.
It's those like those wow moments, right? So
Yeah.
that, for example, but also I don't know if you remember The Walking Dead. Blonde chick, heavier chick. I don't remember her name, but it's the season that they spent walking on the train tracks for like an entire season.
Case of most with 2
And
or 3
she's
and 4.
standing there, and all of a sudden an arrow comes from behind her head and right through her eyeball and kills her.
Yeah.
But she's delivering like this monologue of like very dramatic, scene, and all of a sudden just poof, straight through her fucking eye and dead. And you're just like, holy shit. It's the same with that guy that was running and
Yeah.
just explodes the girlfriend. It's that wow.
Yeah.
I was not
I
expecting
love that kind of stuff.
That's what hooked me. Yeah.
I would say that Westworld is probably my favorite show. Overall, it's just so well written. I mean, I loved Game of Thrones. Don't get me wrong. When Game of Thrones came out, I loved it because I read the books before it even was. I read the books before it became a show on HBO. I remember when they made it announced that it was on HBO, that they're creating the show. I was excited. And I'm telling everybody, and everybody's like, yeah, okay, Joel, whatever. Yeah, the show, yeah, okay. And then suddenly everybody loves it, right? And I'm like, I told you so. And then the last season was
I was going to say, what do you think of the finale?
Oh, garbage. The last season was garbage. But it was the same thing of Lost. I mean, I loved Lost, and that was garbage. Dexter I loved, and then the last season was garbage. But, you go through, I don't know.
Is that more of a... because there's a petition going around on the internet to redo the final season of Game of Thrones.
I say, really?
It's like over 2 million people have signed this thing.
I would love it. It's just
HBO
written.
said no, because it's $90 million to do a season. But do you think that all of the letdowns of season finales are because you're expecting so much more and they don't deliver?
No, it's terribly written.
No,
Yeah,
I think
that's all it is?
With Game of
It's
Thrones, like it was so drawn out and long that they needed 2 more seasons to close it. And they just like crammed everything into one season as fast as they could just to get to the end.
They focused so much on visuals on the final season. Everything was visuals. How do we make this look great? This is amazing. That they didn't focus on the story because some things just didn't make sense. And I don't want to give any spoilers for anybody out there, but really I don't care if you're actually listening to this.
If you haven't
I'm
seen it by
saying if you
now...
haven't seen it by now, and if you haven't, we're saving you.
It's
But
like
there's
2
just
years
so many
old now,
things.
isn't it?
But they spent so much time developing parts of the story in the first however many seasons.
Yeah.
And then the last season, it's like, there's this thing, and we're going to, like, start it and finish it in, like, 2 episodes.
Yep.
And, like, now here's the finale, and fuck you.
I heard I heard another podcast, and they were talking about Game of Thrones, and somebody who worked on the show was on it, and they actually said that the guy who plays Jon Snow, Kit Harington or something, in between the second last season and the final season, he actually went to rehab.
Yeah, I remember you telling me this.
Yeah, so
I did not know this.
I don't know who it was, if it was a writer or something on the show, but if you notice in the final season, they diminished his lines quite a bit because he couldn't remember his lines.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
He deteriorated quick on that show.
You know that's happened to some actors where you
Of
do
course.
see that stuff happen, but I had no idea about that.
But yeah, I'm sure that happens a lot more, especially
Yeah.
the more popular, because those guys were nobodies until that show came out, right?
Yeah, that show made Kit Harington. That made his career.
It's like The Boys. Everyone on that's going to make their career.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
There are some actors on it that have been kind of known, but for the most part,
Oh,
you're right.
Elizabeth Shue, which
Yeah.
was
Elizabeth
in
Shue.
Back to the Future.
She was, yeah.
And then how about that main guy that's
Homelander?
No,
No.
the head
the
guy,
Aussie guy?
chicken guy, polo guy from Breaking Bad.
Well,
What?
I was talking about the main guy that was on Thor Ragnarok and stuff like that.
Oh,
The-
Billy.
The main guy.
Yeah, Billy.
The Aussie guy, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah,
one with the
yeah,
beard.
yeah.
What is his name? Why is it? I know
can't
his
remember.
name, but it's just, I'm sorry for the people out there. Like, I feel like I'm letting
Don't
them
worry.
down as a
We're going to cut
filmmaker
this.
guy.
You're going to sound like a genius because
Yeah.
I'm going to Google it right now.
that Giancarlo guy?
Oh, Esposito.
Yeah, he's the like the head of.
Oh, I know you're talking about the guy from Breaking Bad?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's great.
he's the head of
Vought.
Vought, yeah.
Vought.
But the main Aussie guy that's part of the boys, he's a good actor.
He's the guy that nobody knows, but has
Oh,
been in
Carl
10,000.
Urban.
Carl Urban.
Yeah. He's
Carl
been in
Urban.
100 shows.
He's also Judge Dredd, by the way.
Yeah, he is,
The
yeah.
new Judge Dredd.
See, I don't
he's
watch a
good
lot
actor.
of that stuff. The superhero stuff or like the comic book stuff, I don't watch any of that.
Why?
The Boys is the only one. I don't know. I never really. You know what? I did watch The Punisher with John Bernthal because he's a great actor.
yeah.
But I never really watched anything else.
You're like an anti-hero kind of guy.
I'm not an anti-hero. I'm just a.
But you like the
I
guy-
never got into the.
You're like the guy who like steps up to the plate, but he's like a piece of shit regularly.
Whoa! What? All right. Well, tune in next week for the One Dude and a Gus show
Hey,
because
goodbye.
I fucking quit.
Thanks for having me, guys. That was
You like the guy who steps up to the plate, but he's a giant piece of shit. Yes.
okay. I don't know if that's the vodka talking, but that was great.
Like the Punisher, he's an asshole.
Yeah, he's an asshole,
Right.
and then but like he comes,
Shane in The Walking Dead was an asshole.
yeah,
Yes.
steps up to the plate.
Yes.
Same guy.
He does the right thing at the end.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
Tol-
like he's
totally you.
That's exactly what I like.
yeah, he's like guy just goes through life and he's like
Fuck you.
yeah, but then
But at the end, he'll save your life.
that's like fuck, I'm not gonna let this guy die.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how I live my life.
It's like the Mandalorian guy too. He does the same thing.
I've never seen it. So what is Mandalorian? Is it a series or is it like one
Series.
movie?
Series.
So it's still going.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Second season starts at the end of this month. I
think so.
actually.
Yeah.
Is that's where this Baby Yoda thing
Yeah.
comes from?
Yep.
From
He's
that.
He's a dick.
Baby Yoda?
No.
Is a dick?
No, the Mandalorian.
Well, I was gonna say.
Baby
Yeah.
Yoda's a dick.
Go Baby Yoda.
He's right up your alley. He's a guy who doesn't give a shit. He's just a bounty hunter.
But then he finds Baby Yoda and he gets, a little bit of a heart, you know.
Gets
He's
all
like,
soft and does the right thing.
So his name is Mandalorian?
The
Wow.
Mandalorian.
The-
No,
no.
he's got a specific name. It's I can't
I
remember.
don't know what's
Yeah.
going on with me. I can't remember right now.
It's the air. It's the air quality in the
Air
studio.
quality,
Yeah.
totally air quality. Not the vodka.
It's not the fact that you've gone through half a bottle
not,
of
not,
Crown.
the, not the grapefruit.
Yeah.
Definitely not the grapefruit.
People make fun of it, but I'm telling you, it's the easiest thing to drink straight. It is.
As I say while I'm drinking the Crown. I'm like, no,
'Cause the-
grapefruit is not.
The grapefruit cuts the burn of the alcohol out.
I don't know. My sister loves grapefruit.
Oh, here we go.
I would wake up in the morning and she'd be eating grapefruit just like for breakfast. And I'd just be like, that is disgusting. I could not do it.
That's why this is so good, because this is grapefruit fizzy water with grapefruit vodka.
What is
Yeah, that-
wrong with
Right?
That's terrible.
But you don't only do film and TV and stuff, because you did the Ashes of Soma video, Relevant.
you? Yeah, I can edit stuff.
Yeah. So you do editing, you do everything.
I can.
You're like a Walmart for filmmaking.
Let's compliment or
Just
an
not.
insult.
I'm not a one-trick pony.
Like
Is that
you
what
go
you're
in
saying?
that really wide open front door.
Like, what are you trying to say? A Walmart of
Well, like he's got automotive and clothing and food and everything all in one. So you've got editing and sound engineering and lighting and directing and
I like it.
filmography. Is that a word? I don't
Yeah,
know.
filmography.
Filming? I don't know.
Filming.
Yeah.
I think that was the thing even with journalism. When I went to school for journalism, I was older, right? So I'm in my early 30s and I'm back to school for journalism. And I just wanted to do well. And that was the thing. I'm like, I was so bad in high school. Come on, you remember me in high school? I didn't
Yes.
care about high school. I didn't care about
None of
school
us
whatsoever.
did.
yeah, none of us did it at all.
It's probably why we got
That was
along
the
so
point.
well.
Exactly.
But I wanted to do well, and I think when I look at it, I can look at my journalism career and know people in my class who were better writers or better photographers or better videographers or radio. But I try to do well in at least every single class, and I think that's why I probably was Journalist of the Year, because I got very. It was converged. It was a multimedia. Like journalists now, you have to do everything. You go to a scene, you have to talk to somebody. You can take a photo, you can take a video. If you're on radio with AM800, then you're saying the clip back so they can put it on radio, and they got the radio quote. You got to do everything. So because I did, okay, I did very well in the class. So that was always something I like to do well at everything I did. Am I the best? No. I know there's people out there that are better than me, but they might be just specific to that one class, one genre.
We like to do well too, but our show still sucks.
I think you guys are great.
Speak for yourself.
Okay. So, welcome back to the Two Dudes and a Mic show. We just had the biggest... I would say that's the biggest event to have ever happened on our show.
It was it was quite the gaffe.
I thought we weren't talking about it.
We're talking. We're embracing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Gus, you want to enlighten us as to what just happened?
So we took a short break, and we were getting back behind the mics here so we could continue on.
No, not this we stuff.
It was fully we. It was fully we. We're all involved in this. And my glass of beer was sitting on top of the laptop.
It's a good spot to put it, by the way.
Yeah. Smart.
They're waterproof now. You didn't know that?
It's very.
Yeah.
And my essence knocked it over.
And that glass full of beer smashed all over the floor.
See, I don't it was full and tipped towards the ground and smashed on the ground, but somehow it dumped half the beer on the laptop.
Yeah, this might not even be recording. We might not even have a show right now. I don't even know.
Who knows? Yeah.
Well, see you guys tomorrow.
Why did you put your beer on the computer?
Because it's never been bad before.
So you might as well keep doing
Yeah.
it.
Do you see how he's holding it in his hand right now?
He's got a death grip.
And he doesn't have it in a glass. It's in a can.
I'm not sure I'm going to use a glass ever again.
Use these ones. They're plastic.
Yeah, I should. Or just leave it in the can.
Because we were making fun of guests previously that spill shit all over the floor. Because they're so drunk by the time they're done the show.
Yeah.
You just did it.
That was my first one, though.
I still haven't done. Oh, no, I have done. Well,
We've
kind
spilled,
of. Yeah. The Guinness will explode or whatever. But that was unbelievable.
That was the worst so far.
I am so happy I was here to witness that. Yeah. So happy.
Sorry. We're normally really pro, but
this is the best.
Generally speaking, we're
that shit happens on set, right? Do you do stuff on set?
100%.
Somebody must
This is what I love.
What's the funniest thing that you've ever experienced on set? Somebody did, or some donkey moment.
I don't even know. It's been so long. I don't even remember. I remember some people going down on set. I don't even know. I just remember chaos.
Does that happen? People fall?
Yeah.
Trip over cords or fucking rails or something?
Yeah, we've had a lot of chaos. I'm trying to think right now. Put me on the spot. I don't remember.
Oh, man.
I can't even name, but we had somebody on production that actually passed out before on set. That was nuts.
What?
Yeah, they
Passed
ended up
out?
having to go to the hospital before. I don't know even what the name
From
is.
what?
Heat exhaustion?
Oh, okay.
Dehydration? I don't even know.
Not from drinking.
Not from drinking.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a funny moment.
Wasn't that funny for me?
That was entertaining.
We're recording this, the video, so I do want to review this video.
Is that really recording?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, I thought you guys were joking.
No, it's actually...
Why would we joke?
I'll show you.
This is a very serious show.
You joke a lot.
No, this is a very serious show.
We don't joke.
People come here
Why
for life
do we
knowledge.
joke? I thought this whole thing was a joke.
Wow, I'm glad we're a joke to you, Joel.
I thought this whole show was a joke.
Right?
You guys
Jesus.
are a joke.
Is this serious? You guys posting this? No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm joking.
Maybe some of it.
I'm having a great time, you guys.
Joel, before we go,
Okay.
if people want to reach you on socials, how do they get a hold of you?
You can check me out on Twitter and Instagram. Look for Boyce will be Boyce. Sometimes the B is just a B, not the B-E, depending on
I'm
the
so
limit.
confused. What?
Boyce will be BE or
Oh.
B Boyce.
Like
It
a-
depended on the limit.
Like a 90s boy band.
Like
Twitter-
sugar spice.
Exactly. He's got it. Twitter messed that up for me when I'm putting it up. I'm like, I have to go one letter short, so you might as well take the E out of B.
Don't worry. Nobody uses
yes.
Twitter anyway.
So you can look me up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Boyce will be Boyce. If you want to check out some of the other pages, Cooked Series, you can check it out on Facebook. B Squared Entertainment. That's kind of the production company that I have started with a friend Brent and I.
But that's BE.
Yep.
That is BE squared.
BE squared. BE squared entertainment.
BE. BE.
BE.
And BE, if they want to reach us there, Gus. Two dudes and a mic.
TwoDudesAndAMic.com. Check out our webpage too. We've got a new section on there to recommend a shot. If you want us to take a shot and you want to tell us what shot to take, you can go on there and fill out our form, and maybe we'll get your shot on the show.
And make sure you put your name in or you're not getting any cred.
Yeah.
We're just going to do it and be like, I thought of this amazing shot all on my own.
And if you put whatever you put in there, we're gonna read. So if you put like something crazy, like we're not gonna look it up. We're just gonna say it.
That's right.
Yeah.
And no dick pics, please. So here we go.
Man, I wish I could recommend your shots.
You can.
I'd be like straight yag.
You can. Next time
Go
you're on,
old
man.
school.
Next time you're
Yeah,
on.
next time. Yeah.
So everybody listen. All the guys, girls, all the dudes. Here we go. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.